Newton's law of motion. There is three types of Newton's law of motion. First Newton's law of motion is law of inertia. Second Newton's law of motion is law of acceleration, and third Newton's law of motion is law of reaction. This Newton's law can be in relationship with the netball skill, which is center pass, shooting, and bouncing. Okay, first Newton's law of motion is law of inertia. What does it mean by law of inertia? So, inertia is a body will maintain in a state of rest or constant velocity unless added on by an external force that changes the state. Newton's first law can be applied in the netball skill, which is center pass. It explains that stationary ball will remain at rest until an external force is applied. Let's take an example. A center pass in the netball. The ball will remain in the center hands until she applies a force to the ball to pass it to a teammate. Newton's second law of motion is the law of acceleration. This law of acceleration explains that when a force acts on an object, the rate of change of momentum experienced by the object is proportional to the size of force and takes place in the direction in which the force acts. This Newton's second law is closely related to the first law. Okay, from the first law, it is understood that the velocity of a body remains constant until a force acts upon it. This Newton's second law can be applied in netball skill, which is shooting. It explains that any change in velocity will be directly proportional to the amount of force used and will take place in the direction in which the force acts. For example, a goal shooter in netball. A goal shooter who has received the ball in a strong position close to the goal will only need to impart a small amount of force in the direction of the ring. However, a goal shooter who has been forced to the edge of shooting circle before taking a shot will need to impart a large amount of force in the direction of the ring, as the ball will need a greater change in momentum to travel to the goal. Newton's third law of motion is the law of reaction. This law of reaction explains that for every force that is exerted by one body on another, there is an equal and opposite force exerted by the second body on the first. This Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. It is usual to call one of the force involved the action force and the other is the reaction force. It is presumed that the attitude exceeds the action force. This Newton's third law can be clearly explained by a player giving a bounce pass to a teammate. The player exerts an action force on the ball in the downward direction. At the same time, the ball exerts a reaction force in the upward direction on the player. The ball then travels down towards the floor and on contact the ball exerts a downward action force on the ground. That in turn exerts an upward reaction force on the ball, and the ball bounces up into the hands of the receiving players.